All right. Looks like we are live everywhere without any errors, which is always a nice thing to see. And we are live on TikTok. So as people trickle in, we will make sure that we connect with them. And if you are out there on TikTok or you're in LinkedIn, just so you know, the chats don't line up with our chat. So if you do post questions out there, we'll do our best to ask them of our guest hero. We do have my co-host is running just a bit behind schedule, but we do have Mr. Scott King already on the line saying hello. Hey, Scott. Hope things are nice and warm and reasonably sunny in Texas. Surprisingly, it's been hovering around the 32-degree mark, as you would put it, in your freedom units. For the rest of us in the world, that's just above zero. We start at the bottom and work our way up or down. So all good there. My co-host, like I said, is running a little bit late. So, I thought, what are we going to talk about? Well, we should talk about the fact that this is, of course, the first official Hypnosis Hero podcast of 2026. So, we're already booked out into the end of March, and April is starting to fill up a little bit. So it's always good to have people who actually want to come on the show, and a good mix of people as well. We've got some stage hypnotists, we have some therapy folks, and then we also have some performers that have performed in larger venues like Vegas and Myrtle Beach and a few other places. So again, always good to have those people wanting to jump in and be the hero for us. And again, for those of you that are just joining from TikTok, if you have questions, please feel free to post them in the chat. And I will introduce our guest because she is speaking at a summit, not the Performing Hypnosis Summit, but the ICBC. I don't know if they call it a summit or a conference, but ICBCH has an online conference on the same weekend. So I know she's speaking at that. If you are planning on attending the Performing Hypnosis Summit or the ICBCH conference, time's running out. You better get your tickets quick because it's just it is literally just around the corner. Like next week, I'll be on a plane going out of Canada and winter and into Las Vegas and what I would hope would be something less than something more than winter. No snow, no snow. And if anybody wants snow, I can send a few dump trucks your way. We've got lots here. Some of the roadways you can't see. It's a hazard to even poke the front of your vehicle out to see if anybody's coming. And if you don't have those good reflexes, you just might want to wait for a light somewhere so that you can get onto the main roads. But they're working on it. They've been working on it now for 3 weeks. That's how much snow we have. And if you ask Grant, he drove through some of that, so he's well aware, and he got the cold weather when he was over here in Canada last month. So all good. All right. Without further ado, because Canadian weather is one thing, and I know Scott, you said it once or twice in different meetings that we were at. You can't beat Shawn with the weather because you never know what's going to happen with the weather. And we also have Amanda. Amanda, welcome. Good to see you. I see you got a new certification or new certificate. Let us know about that in the chat. But the us being, who the heck is our guest hero tonight? Well, this week we are talking with a hypnotherapist and budding stage hypnotist. Claudia Rickard is passionate about helping to improve the quality of life, not only for her clients, but also for anyone who wants to create change in their life. Claudia is a speaker talking at hypnosis conferences, and we talked about that, and we'll have more on that as well, and has written an ebook called A Parent's Journey, The Bunny Talk Process. And all of that and many other things, welcome the lovely Claudia Rickard.
Hello,
Yay!
thank you for having me. Hello, everybody. Happy
Now,
New Year.
and I should actually say not just welcome back, because you have been on the podcast before.
I have. Yes.
And I remember when I was going through all the podcasts for Jim's memorial kind of celebration that we did at the end of last year. I remember taking screenshots, and then I remember, oh yeah, okay, yeah, Claudia was here, and we did this, and she talked about that, and then I remember you were just starting out with the bunny talk process, so
I know
that
that
was a
was
couple
a
years
couple of
ago.
years ago. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. You're right. And it's going places. It's worldwide now. So it's very exciting. So, yeah, the bunny talk process. Because you
Yep,
always ask me
I see
what
it
it
everywhere.
was.
Yep, I see it everywhere, and I know it is something that you've worked very hard to um, make people aware of, because it is such an effective method for helping.
Well, it is, and actually, what I found, Shawn, was that as I have been having guests, if you like, and doing it on people, on workshops and at conferences, I've had to have a volunteer, and what we found was that, oh my gosh, these adults are having profound change work as well. That actually it became, this isn't just for children and teens, this is inner child work. Because when somebody is doing change work through play, they actually naturally have age regression. So yeah, it became very exciting. And yeah, I use it on many adults now as well, and they love it. So it's pretty
Well,
cool.
and I think it was Mike Mandel that said it. What's the thing? What's the thing that's the thing that just works everything. There it's everybody's got something that once you kind of hit on it or tweak it or pull the support out from underneath it, everything kind of collapses and life goes on as it should. Um, that
Yeah, because it's ADAC, you
yeah,
know, and
yeah.
we know that he loves that, and I do, and it's all NLP because it's all but it's all through play. And hey, Shawn, what's better than playing, right?
Well, we don't do enough of that as adults. There's no question about that.
I agree. So
Yeah.
yeah, no, I love it. I get to do that. So oh, thank you. There you go. Amanda said most favourite tool is the bunny talk. Yeah.
Yep.
Because it's through play. And the beautiful thing is, Shawn, is that it's very adaptable, because I'm not telling, when I'm training practitioners, it's not you've got to do it my way. There are some things that you will want to make sure you do, but it's just like somebody else will have their own special, maybe energy work or something, that they'll go, "Ooh, I'm just going to bring that in," and they can, because it's completely malleable, because our clients are, aren't they? You know.
Well, no two people for sure are ever the same, right? Like,
Mhm.
and I think we'll step out of the bunny talk for just a second. If stage hypnosis can prove any one thing, is that you can do the exact same show in exactly the same venue with different
Mhm.
volunteers and have a completely different show.
Yeah, yeah.
And why is that? Well, it's because everybody is unique, and what works for some people doesn't work for others. And so, we flip back into the bunny process. If what I'm doing right now isn't working, and I have the bunny process as another tool in my toolkit, I can flip to that and find out if that process will I don't want to say short circuit, because that sounds like I'm gonna pull wires and whatnot, and we all know how techy I can be. Uh, but what it does is it gives you another method that you can support your clients with.
And this is true. And recently, when I was in England, Shawn, I did it with Bob Burns. And if you know Bob Burns, he's the creator of the Swan. So the people that we trained, we actually combined the swan and then we did the bunny talk process as well. So, and they worked beautifully together. And that is what we wanted to share with these practitioners who were learning the bunny talk, that actually how malleable all of our techniques are, and that you don't just have to do one thing and that's it. You can actually pull from all the wonderful things you've learned and create your own, if you like, gift of helping a client.
Yeah, and I actually, that's kind of the way I phrase the end of my show, and it's also a way to entice volunteers to come up. I tell them there is a gift at the end. I don't tell them what the gift is, but it's essentially it's another NLP process where I leave them with all the good feelings that they have now. If they put the hands over the heart and imagine in their mind their favorite color, so that there is nothing else, they could turn any which way 360 degrees and all they see is their favorite color or pattern or whatever. And I use that as the anchor, so that anytime that you want to come back to this really good feeling, or that you need a break and you just need to recharge, you can come back to this exact moment just by putting your hands over your heart and bringing that color into your mind. And
I
it
love
is just so, yeah,
I
it
love
is.
that. That's beautiful.
Yeah, and then I say at the end, when I snap my fingers, it's yours. No take backsies, and there's always a snicker or two from the volunteers. It's like, wait a minute, are we in grade school again?
Yeah. And you said the anchor, and we all understand. If anybody who is an NLP or hypnotist, we all understand about anchors, and that is again what the bunny talk process was. It was an anchor that I created with my daughter, because we played shadow puppets, mummy bunny and baby bunny, and we anchored in safety, love, and security, unconditional love with our fingers. And so you've just said anchoring again. You bring that in,
Yep.
because it's, if anybody's a Harry Potter fan, it's like bringing up the Patronus charm. It's like having magic in your fingers, or if you've just said magic in your heart, wherever you're going to put the anchor. I
Yeah.
love that. Yeah,
Yeah.
really nice.
So yeah, um, that one came to me quite a while ago, and I actually try and end off most of my sessions with my clients that way as well. And I have Jen, who just happened to pop in. She lives in Manitoba, just the province next door to me. But we've been online together a few times, and she says, "Yeah, that still works on me."
Wow.
And I'm gonna guess it's been a couple of years since we did that, Jen. So again, it's when you have something that works and works well, run with it. And
Yeah,
if you need to change at some point, then you change.
yeah. I love that. That's lovely, and how lovely for her to share that. Yeah,
Yeah.
sweet.
Um, my one of my favorite processes is actually the control room.
Hmm.
uh, and But not just any control room. What I do is I actually set it up like they are in the movie theater. They're in the projection room, and they can, the screen is there. It's their life, but you're watching it. It's like you're watching yourself on like a holodeck or something like that from Star Trek. And then when we go through and work different aspects that they want to work with, um, there's an emotional shield between them and what's on the screen until they're ready to deal with it. And then we do all the merging and everything afterwards. But if it's something else like um, if it's something like changing a habit, I want to kick the sugar habit or something like that. Well, you can set that thing right down to zero if you want.
That's
I won't
right.
say I won't say 32 because we're not dealing with temperature, Scott. But you can bump it up. I mean, you're never going to get away from it 100%. Somebody's going to offer you birthday cake and ice cream at some point in your life, or wedding cake and ice cream at some point in your life. So move it up to one and have just a little bit, but then move it back down to zero if that's what you want. and that has worked well for most of my clients. I did have a couple that yeah, they got themselves into trouble, so we worked that process, and it was for gluten. Um,
Okay.
yeah, kicking out gluten because actually she had an allergy, and everything was good. We had everything set. A couple weeks passed, and then the February break that we were talking about just before we hopped on live here, um, they went down to Mexico, and she came back, and the first thing she said to me was, "We got to talk." And I said, "What happened?" I set the dial and I didn't turn it back down. I need help.
Okay. Okay.
I said, "Yeah, no problem." So we worked through it again, and reinforced the fact that you're in control. You can set this
I
dial, and
agree. I agree. I think the control room is a fantastic one, and you'll note it. And I don't know if you've ever done it with teenagers, but well, actually, it's probably young adults now as well. But you can see them, all the people who've played Xbox, because actually, if they're
oh, hmm,
they start doing this, and it was lovely. I actually did it with my father years ago. I mean, he's been passed now, sort of like 11, 12 years, and he actually started doing that, and he used to fly a oh my gosh, can't remember the name of the aeroplane, but he was in the cockpit. And it was just a small aeroplane, but he was actually doing that, and I thought that was just so sweet, because they go back.
yeah,
Um, and yeah, so that's people will actually do their controls. They'll, physically do them. It's quite powerful. It's very powerful stuff.
it is, and isn't it? And I don't want to sound hypnotic here or anything, but isn't it funny that something that we know and something that we use, and in many cases every day, um, becomes that mechanism that helps us anchor our change.
There you go. Yes, something that we are used to doing. So the kids and my dad, so it feels comfortable to do
Yeah,
so. Hmm.
yeah, no, 100%. I look back over, my, I don't, gosh, it's got to be a dozen years now. This tells me I'm getting close to retirement. But anyway, not retiring from this. This I probably will never retire from. But the education scene is it's got to be 32 years now for me already. But when I look back over the people that I've helped, and then encountering our friend Jim and people like Scott and the Hypno Hustle group that was there, and actually getting to step out on stage, how has that experience changed what you do?
Oh, right. Okay. Well, this is very interesting. I could probably do with a control room myself because I don't mind saying I'm going to be completely upfront and go, I give myself a good dose of IBS symptoms before I go on stage. I am completely right outside of my comfort zone doing comedy stage hypnosis. Saying that, I know what I'm saying. Once I'm up, I'm absolutely fine. It's just the few hours sort of before I go up and do it. I know what I'm doing. I have a lot of fun. I'm used to presenting. I don't have an issue with presenting. And I know how to see if somebody is in hypnosis or they're not. And I pull them, as I say, I don't want anybody faking it. So it's like, so they come on out, I pull them out. But it's just that whole thing of, what am I doing? Why am I doing this to myself? And I literally, my poor husband, he must look at me and go, why are we doing this? Because I am literally, I put on all my glitz and glamour. Because for me it is a performance, and I will literally dress up to the nines, and yeah, and I just step into it, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. But the reason why I say that I get so nervous is because I actually got to do the technical bits That is what I'm more concerned about, is setting my video up to video the show, you know. And it's like, I'm like, is it on, is it on? And it's like, and is all the things wired up? And you know, it was just like all the jacks and things like that. That was like, that's the bit that I actually get nervous about. But anyway, I'm getting better with that. I've done 3 shows and I've got 4 coming up very soon.
Nice, nice. Um, yeah, and I can tell you from experience, you know, the technical stuff, there are things that will go wrong just because.
It is.
Um,
I mean, that is what really freaks me out.
yeah, you know what? It's like anything else. If you're the one thing that they remind teachers of, although most teachers seem to forget it until it happens, is that if you're designing a lesson around the technology, always have a backup plan. Something doesn't work. I had actually had my oldest son recording on the camera, and we thought, this is awesome. We were going to get some really great video, so this is what happened. So it was a combined show. I have a friend who's a magician, so my hypnosis show introduces his magic show, Magic and Illusions, and Curtis has been performing for a lot longer than I have, but was, you know, another reason for me to start out. But had everything set up. Here's the camera. We had an extra battery because this is a 2-hour show. So, you know, we'll change the battery out during the intermission when we reset the stage and get his stuff all out and move the chairs out of the way. So I'm going to start my iPad because I've got the music on my iPad and everything's good. We tested it all. No music. Nothing. Find out afterwards, and this is like a little while afterwards, the little adapter that I had bought that was brand new snapped.
Oh my goodness.
Just under the weight of the cords and whatnot. So it snapped. So I had no music. So you walk out to no music. You make your own introduction. You do what you can to get the crowd on on your side. Which, granted, a lot of them were little kids that had come to see his show, but there were some older people and some parents and whatnot that were there. So we got enough people on stage to do the show. No sound effects because there's no sound effects unless I make them. Now, as again, we were talking about it kind of before we hopped on. I used to play a lot of Dungeons and Dragons and stuff like that. I know how to make sound effects. So I got by with the sound effects that I could make, and everything was good. And then of course the one routine, I know every kid in the world, and this is you can be a teacher or you can be a parent, and you know this. If you ask them what is the absolute funniest word in the world, you'll get a couple of people that will toss some things out, but by and large, almost every kid within 35 seconds says a fart. And then you do the whole fart routine and end off with that, and nobody's the wiser that oh my gosh, there was no sound that went along with it.
No,
Come to find out after that, the handheld microphone that I had also didn't work. So any sound that came out was coming out of the headset.
Oh no.
Everything's good. My son comes up to me, kind of intermission. He says, "Dad, look, I'm not feeling well. I got to go home." So he goes home, and I set the camera up, change the battery and everything, not looking at anything that's on there. Which Robert Munch books are we talking about, Amanda?
There must be some farty noises in there.
Anyway, change the battery. Everything's good, or at least it seems like it's good. I go back to review the footage at the end of it all, because the rest of the show, of course, Curtis is seasoned professional. He's been doing it for 5-10 years already. They're standing ovation. Everything is great. And we are doing our shows again. We have another one coming up this year in Yorkton, and then we're going to go down to Regina, and do another one. But looking at the footage, Curtis said, did we get good footage? And I said, well, I thought we did. Except that the way that our sound and lighting tech adjusted things, everybody on stage looked like an angel. So
Oh,
the white balance, just, it was, that camera just couldn't handle the way that the light was reflecting off of everybody's head. And normally it's just my head that I
I
have to
know.
worry
Well, that's nice. Maybe there were just lots of angels.
Well, yeah, a little bit of protection, that's not a bad thing. So yeah, it can go wrong. You go with plan B. Which ones that without the sound can you still do? And if you've got 5 or 6 or 8 really good routines that you can work with, go for it.
Yeah, yeah. You would just have to.
That's and if you don't get good footage once or twice, I mean, if Brian was here, he'd tell you that one of the shows that he and Jim did, they had it all set up. It was a great show. It was just an absolutely stellar show. And they forgot to turn the camera on.
Oh,
They set it up, but they forgot to turn the camera on. So no footage from the show, So it happens, Checklist. Did I do this? Yes. Did I do this? Yes. Did I do this? Yes.
so I think that's probably where I'm at in
Yeah.
my, as I say, my checklist. But I've enjoyed every single one. In fact, I still think I prefer the first one I did. And every single time I'm like going, oh, they're doing this. Oh my gosh! I'm like, I'm having hysterics as well. I'm like going, what have I got them doing? Because I can't believe they're actually, I mean, they really are doing it. I'm thinking, oh my god,
Yeah.
this is hilarious.
And what's really funny and is that whenever you introduce something new that you're testing out,
Mm,
you're likely going to sandwich it in between a couple things that are rock solid, right? Just to make sure that there's still flow and whatnot. Then you may have to tweak the introduction, but you never know how people are going to react.
no,
Uh, and so this year, Brian and I came up with a Santa Claus crashes. One of my clients this year was a car dealership. So Santa crashes the sled. It's broken. We need to we need Mrs. Claus to let Santa buy a new sled, but she doesn't want him to buy the new sled. And we need a salesperson who this is his last commission of the year, and if he gets it, he gets like $100,000 bonus or something wicked like that. And then I have 2 or 3 more people. It's like, well, what am I going to do with these people? And now I'm improvising because that wasn't in the original script. You guys are the elves. You're going to try and fix the sled, and you will eventually figure out how to fix the sled. But in the meantime, everybody starts waking up, and even before I brought them out of it, the Mrs. Claus she was on it. No, no, you're not buying that. No, I was on like 2, and they were already fighting. So actually, all 3 Mrs. Clauses, because I did it 3 times, all walked away with brand new Lamborghinis. I don't know what it is about the Lamborghini, but
yeah.
they successfully negotiated themselves a Lamborghini. Only one of them got Mr. Claus a Lamborghini to go along, like a matching one.
Uh, that's funny. I know. It's amazing. I mean, I don't know. I just love it, and I love actually the planning of what I'm going to do. And yeah, it's good fun. But like I say, it's just the like what if my anyway. I'm there. I'm getting better at it and organising it. Thing is, never know what to do with my microphone sometimes because I've got to actually put it down sometimes.
Yep.
Um, or
I've seen 3 things. One, yes, you throw it back in the in the holder.
I don't
Um,
have a holder. I've got to get one.
okay, yeah, if you have one, then you can do that. Or if you've got a small table where your iPad is or something like that, you could always put it there. I have a guy that I know in the province here, and he actually built. I don't want to say he built. He's put together a rig so that he could actually slide it in and out like a holster.
That
For
would, yeah, that would be good. But I
yeah.
would be like a little, and also a little cradle. Actually, I mean, there have been a few shows where I've been on the flat and it's not been on a stage.
Mhm.
So I was just gave it to one of the people in the audience, actually on the front row. Just hold that minute while I'm busy doing this over here.
Yep.
Um, just as I say, doing the arm and shoulder pull, getting them all down. But anyway, it's exciting. I love
Yep.
it. I love it. It's
Yep.
yeah. I'm really pleased that I'm doing it, because I'm going to tell you this right now. I actually didn't used to like stage hypnosis. When I very first learnt hypnotherapy in England, it was poo pooed. Okay, because it was like it gave hypnotherapy a bad name. It was like this. It was like that, and then it was only when I started going to the conferences, and then actually I went up to be to have it done on me, and I never realised I'm actually a somnambulist. Didn't realise until I was up there, and I thought, oh my gosh, this is absolutely fine. This is it's great. This is like really cool, and it shows the benefits actually of hypnosis. And then I don't mind saying I think it's one of the hardest shows that you can do, Shawn.
It is very dynamic, and there's a lot of moving parts that move very quickly.
Yeah.
And it can go from really funny to really bad. Uh, um, in a heartbeat. I had it was my second show that I did this December, and everything was going well. The people were funny, things were happening. Elf number one, can you fix the sleigh? No, it's effed. It's like, okay, we get it. We're not going to maybe see if you can try. But in going back and forth between the various people, um, everything was good until the end of that, and then things kind of got a little rocky, and I was like, okay, we'll settle it down. Everything's good, get some applause for them and whatnot. The next skit that we did was that Santa had left behind the latest tech, the cellular shoe phone, and so they were okay. Most of them got their shoes off and were talking with their shoes. One of them said that somebody's phone actually was very stinky. Uh, and then they got going, and then I said, oh, it's a video call. And they were going, and then all of a sudden, two of them went plop right onto the floor, fell right off their chairs. It's like, okay, let's get you back on your chairs. Oh no, just leave me here. I'm fine. It's like,
Oh,
no, we can't
see,
just leave you here.
so down that were comfy on the floor.
Yeah. So we did wrapped up with the gift, and everything was good, and then brought them out of it, and they were out of it because they were, what are we doing on the floor? Why do we have a shoe in our hands? So they were definitely with it, but I tell you, it was um, yeah, it was just the very first thing in my mind is, oh my gosh, I haven't had a flopper for since my very first show. And I had somebody who was he was so far gone, he did not move for the entire show. I think he leaned about this much in the entire show. Everything that we did around him. I woke him up at the end, and he says, oh, are we starting? I said, no, we're done. What do you mean we're done?
Oh, wow. Wow.
So
Yeah.
anyway, we have behind the scenes somebody that everybody knows, Mr. Brian Bay. Or
Where is
not.
I know,
I bet,
where is he?
Was working.
let's
He's
try that again.
invisible.
I
He's
bet
wearing
you Windows Update's got him.
wearing his invisibility
Uh,
cloak.
Well, he's not as much of a magician.
uh,
All right, we'll bring Brian on when he gets here. I'm sure he'll be
What
back.
was that about tech?
Yeah, it happens. While we're waiting, Amanda has a question about what inspired the stage exploration.
It's my alter ego. Um, you know, I just, I love to always push myself, and I did some training, and I could have just left it, and I just thought, well, no, and I did. A show was booked, and I thought, well, I've got to do it now, and I just did, and do you know what? I can. And it's just like, I think it's really important to keep reinventing ourselves and pushing ourselves beyond our limits of where we're comfortable. And I would encourage anybody to just do at least kind of one show, even if it's just with your friends, to do it, just to go, just to have that. Yeah, I can really do this. So yeah, it was my alter ego. I like to push myself.
You hit on two things there. One, it's, oh my gosh, now I'm committed.
Mm-hmm.
And that was actually what got me to my last show, because I drove what would normally be in the summer, even if there was a moose on the highway or a bear or something like that. What would normally have been an hour and a half drive was about 3.5 hours, and it was quite the ordeal. We had compacted ice and snow, and probably all the worst weather that Grant drove through was all wrapped up in this storm. And there were a couple times where I thought about turning back, especially when there was the tractor trailer unit in this ditch that was not supposed to be in the ditch, 20 feet down in the ditch, and then the one that jackknifed, and then the 3 or 4 other vehicles that had fallen off the road, quote unquote. And then you're right. It's like, why am I doing this?
And it's important to keep pushing ourselves, I think, because I'll just say, well, I did that. I want to look back on my life and go, well, I did that, I did that, I did that, I did that, and I may well be a little bit crazy, and that's fine too.
Well, it does. You do need to have a little bit of crazy. I mean, even Jim would talk about the fact and I forget where this show was, but it was kind of in the wilderness. Brian, you probably would remember one of these shows, and Jim always recounted the fact of, I'm a stage hypnotist, not a pack mule, and he'd have to walk his equipment like, a mile or something like that into the bush to get to this camp. And
Jesus. I would have been like, y'all need to go grab some people, come out to my car, or
bring them to me.
The check has been paid and deposited, and you're not getting it back.
Yeah, the equipment's heavy. My husband helps me.
Yeah, well, it is. I have a rolling cart now.
It's one thing if you're going into something saying, all right, eyes wide open, I know I'm gonna have to like schlep some stuff upstairs or what may have you, but when you walk in and you're like, what do you mean? Like, there's a rider, and also kind of on you as a performer, how much follow-up are you guys doing beforehand?
This was one of Jim's longer running gigs. It was for a youth camp of some sort, so that's why it was out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah,
but no, and you're right. Every situation is a little bit different. We already talked about the one where you guys were at the venue, had an absolutely stellar show, and then realized that we'll say Jim forgot to turn the camera on.
No, it was a collective we. I thought he did it. He thought I did it. And
interesting, isn't it? Yeah.
He comes back and he goes, the camera didn't record anything.
Yeah.
And it was a combination, like, I wanted to cry and I wanted to punch him in the face at the same time, because he was just the closest thing. I wanted to hit something so hard. I was like, no, you got to be kidding me. And it was also, yeah, that was the night I was supposed to be at my father's memorial, but my stepmom was like, oh yeah, sorry, you can't come. So I was already like just super irritated as hell that night. And it was the fact that I was hanging out with Jim that made that night like bearable, that I, it was, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
And we also had to just laugh at it at the same time, because right in the moment I was so pissed. But then much as you do in the military, you just go like, all right, we have to laugh at stupid or we're going to lose our minds.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there's nothing else you can do, is there?
Yeah.
Thank heaven we do have sense of a sense of humor.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and like you said, we can't really rewind time. It doesn't work the way it does in the cartoons, where all of a sudden somebody says,
Robin Williams is really good at that.
That was very good. How does it go, Shawn?
All right, flag that.
I know.
For those of us hitting record at home,
is that going to be your ringtone now?
It was very good.
I think Scott may turn that into something. I don't know.
It's very good.
Well, again, it's when you have to make sound effects for any number of monsters in Dungeons and Dragons, or any number of science fiction weapons or tools or tech or anything like that, you get very good at doing that. So
every person who has children who's ever read a bedtime story knows the feeling.
Well, and Amanda mentioned that she wants to hear me start reading Robert Munch books now.
Oh God.
I loved reading books to my children. I always did all the voices. Just it was just so much fun, because it's a performance, isn't it?
A little bit. For me, it was necessity. It was, these kids need to go to sleep because it's going to be a nightmare getting them out of bed in the morning. But
yes, they don't sell chloroform in a spray.
And that's why can you just read another one? Can you read another one? I'd end up reading about 10 books, and I just
oh, your kids trained you well. They were like,
I know, I'm just
if we just appeal to mom's performance side. You're doing such a great job. Oh, please. It's like the lights haven't gone out yet. That was a game that my brother and I used to play with Dad.
Whatever I was doing.
Oh, it was like, what? I know water's wet, grass is green, sky is blue, and God wears sandals. That your kids had, and you can ask them, your kids probably had some nonverbal communication of like, all right, what other shit can we get mom to do? I'll do your homework for an entire week if you can get her to do a cartwheel.
I know. Oh, don't you go see best shadow puppet ever? I know.
Yeah.
I was like, I did. I just used to love reading. I mean, yeah. In fact, the dog used to join us as well on the sofa sometimes. But then it was like, oh my gosh, yeah, that was why. There you go.
Yeah, and you know what? You mentioned doing exactly. You mentioned doing voices. Some of the most recognizable voices that are out there. Not so much the Hollywood stars, but everybody's either seen Sesame Street or the Muppet Show.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I had a few times where, who's your favorite Muppet? And they'll yell like Kermit the Frog or something like that. And then I'll just say, oh, hi, Kermit the Frog here.
Yeah.
and I'll do it. And I say, look up here because Kermit's going to appear just like that. And then get into the voice, and they're like shocked that Kermit is actually live in front of them.
And then you find out that
this piggy.
That's not that. I don't know that I can get the right voice other than Kermit.
Actually,
I
I don't know.
I reserve Grant and I to be Shatler and Waldorf.
can see the two of you just heckling everybody.
I think he and I are that to one another anyway, but
the two old men were the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Waldorf and Statler. Yeah. They were the ones that made the show because everybody knew that it was not the greatest, but but they actually proved it. They just said, "Oh, well, how bad was that for you?" So
reminds me a lot of Shriner meetings. You got the critics in the back. Oh, he messed up that line, but usually at Shrine meetings, alcohol is involved, and
No, I wouldn't put it past the entire cast and crew of the Muppet Show that alcohol wasn't involved in some of the things that they did. It was the 70s.
Other substances
pretty wild
as well.
stuff.
I would think there's probably a few others in there.
Yeah.
So, anyways, if you are under the age of 5, you never heard anything about alcohol and the Muppets from us. And why are you watching this podcast?
No, do we? So there you go. But we.
No, it's all good. But anything that we can pull that's like and we were talking about this when we were talking about our clients. Anything that you can pull that's familiar that they can hold on to, also helps them deepen their experience. It's one thing to meet your star, but if you meet a Muppet and you get to kiss a Muppet or something like that, or you get the Muppet to kiss you on the cheek, which really is that everybody sees that, and that's all that happens. But it just blows their 5-year-old brain or their grade 3 brain, because I had a grade 3 class from hell.
Right.
And I've worked that into my shows on occasion as well. So just try and take a picture, and to the point where it was a show for friends, and I forgot to say nothing violent. So I turned my back to start taking a picture of this class, and the minute I turn my back, they revert to their grade 3 selves. Well, one of them grabbed a pencil, and I heard it whistle by my ear, like just any closer, and I would have had a pierced ear down, somewhere up here. And so after that, I've always made sure, that you're not going to hit anybody else and or pinch anybody else or throw stuff at the teacher.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, you could have got stabbed there.
Oh, yeah. Well, and we talked about it afterwards. Like, what were you thinking? I said, well, it was, we were throwing stuff around in my grade 3 classroom, so I started picking up stuff and throwing it.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's literal, isn't it?
Yeah. So. I said we didn't start that until grade 8. We got into the art supply room and probably went through a year's worth of art supplies, and it was all over the classroom by the time the teacher got back. Oh, we got hecked for that. But anyway, that was grade 8. You kind of expect that from the middle years.
Yeah.
So Amanda says, and that's why he's the captain on the front line of tomorrow's mines.
So will you be going down Fremont Street when you're in?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Some of that's one. I think one of the extra. That's Thursday night, right? Is the anybody who's there?
Friday night is Kevin's show. Oh goodness!
Is there anybody doing the zip line?
I don't know that. I don't know that I'm there yet with the zip line.
We may do it this year, or I may do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's one thing to do it over top of nature, to do it over top of Fremont Street. Who knows what kind of air quality is
actually it's very true. That is very true. You put me off now. I'd much rather do it, because I've done it through nature. So yeah, just
do it over the Grand Canyon. Do it. Do it someplace where there's a wide open space and
into a tree and not jump it, not into the arms of one of the gorillas.
Well, yeah, don't recommend doing that. That's not a good place to land.
No.
So, yeah, no, Vegas is going to be it's going to be um, it's going to be fun. Typically, we go out and, like Brian said, we go to Kevin Lepine's Hypnosis Unleashed.
I've seen him twice, Kevin Lepine.
Yeah, and he does a Q&A for us afterwards. So
Yeah, it's very, very nice of him, isn't it?
yeah,
You know?
And then it's just cool to hang out.
Yeah. I've been up on his show,
Mhm.
stuffing tissues all up me and everywhere.
the money.
Oh, you've been a volunteer.
I've been a volunteer.
Okay.
I'm Tommy V has hypnotized me. Rich
Mhm.
has done it many times. Yeah, I'm complete. I'm a real somnambulist. So yeah,
Yeah.
off, gone.
My favorite kind of client.
I know, and I'm quite silly.
I prefer to think of it as a proper English sense of humor.
I've got many embarrassing photographs of myself. Anyway, and the videos.
No, you don't. I don't believe you.
You really do.
What was it? Oh, it was Lisa that always said that. If there's no photo or no video, then it didn't happen.
There you go.
Like,
Well,
well, I know it happened because I was there. No, if there's no photo or video, it didn't happen.
yeah.
So
Yeah, it's no. So yeah, I mean, I take it you're both somnambulists as well.
no, actually, I have not mastered the ability to relax yet.
Interesting. There you go. Oh my
Speaking
God,
of guys,
that's creepy. Who did that?
speaking of guys with a sense of humor,
Who did that? Was that you, Brian?
yeah.
That's I mean, that's just no.
Oh, it was too perfect.
That's just really. I don't know whether that's really bad sense of humor or just like I don't know,
Yep.
sick. But that was. So what
Yeah.
about you, Brian? You're a somnambulist.
Somnambulist. We're gonna need to Google that
Something,
word.
anyway, I know that. He's an ist.
No, I'm attracted to women, Claudia.
I'm sure you are.
You said that with such sarcasm and just placation and everything like that. I was going, wait a damn minute.
Oh dear.
Oh, and just like that, less than 20 minutes in, we're demonetized.
Actually, we're coming up on an hour here, which is
Would you like me to hypnotize you?
Oh god, my brain is so fried.
Well, isn't that what I meant to do? Am I?
No, I was supposed to be an attorney that I work with.
Stop it!
An attorney that I work with, primarily we do personal injury, but there's some family law cases that we take, and under the guise of no good deed goes unpunished. We had a divorce trial, and oh, buddy, just dealing with difficult people can be draining, and there's stuff that I could say about the other side, and no, it's family show. It was cool. Opposing counsel was a guy that represented me about 12 years ago briefly, and so it was good to catch up with him. There was some rapport, and I think that opened up some communication of actually settling instead of just fisticuffs in front of someone with a black robe. So I am just like sleep deprived from all the trial prep from last week and whatnot. So
Wow, that sounds heavy.
Yes,
Mm,
it's the
mm.
the running joke that I have with people is I think the family law industry is like the legal version of an STD because it just follows me everywhere. It's always, I run into people going, oh, you used to do this. So I've got a question. I've got a friend, or my ex is doing such and such. And I'm going, no, no. But
Yeah,
it,
it's I've been sadly went through a horrendous divorce, so I know family law. It's and it's completely demoralizing. Um, uh,
I've been, I've gone through it myself.
mhm.
I've been the child of divorced parents with a, contentious, uh, just custody battle.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I'm kind of sitting there going like, why did this have to be so hard? Like we made it so much harder than it was.
yeah,
And it's easy for people to get just completely sucked in, and Scott knows what just happened. Um, for people that just get so consumed or sucked in and just consumed, or let it consume your life,
yeah,
and then you begin, you watch people start it. At first it was like parents manipulating kids, and then nowadays it's kids manipulating parents to play them off one another, like, well, dad was talking about getting me a PlayStation 5, and all of a sudden it's like a race to buy your children's love. And you back when my kids were in school, I'd volunteer, and you overhear some of the conversations, like, parents this. I'm sitting there going like, that's where these kids are learning it.
yeah,
They learn keywords, what to say, and how to kind of weaponize the system. And I just get so disgusted with it.
yeah, yeah.
So it's one of those, like, I've written up paperwork for friends of mine that are like, okay, start to finish, everything's all agreed. Like, all right, cool. Don't spend money. Buy me a beer and a burrito, and we'll be good. But yeah, this one I think I printed out 3,000 pages of just documents, exhibits, making all the trial binders and stuff. It was absolutely nuts. But
Yeah. So when does it finish for you?
oh, it's not mine. They entered final orders today.
Okay.
So I didn't have to get up and dress up a monkey suit. I did all that yesterday, but it was just like a marathon knockdown drag out settlement conference. It was nuts.
Yeah.
So I don't know how people can do it, but I can understand why they charge what they charge.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Yeah.
but we've got some friend or frenemy. So
I'm
we
just
want
giving
to
everybody a
place your
heads
bet.
up because we were talking before we hopped on here. I don't remember if Claudia is a friend or a frenemy, and so we'll be asking that question fairly soon. I did want to circle um, back to the bunny process because I'm assuming that's what you're going to be talking about at the ICBCH online conference
Yes. Cool.
weekend.
Play from play to profound. How just my daughter and I were playing, and then it evolved into this, and then I will be doing a demonstration with everybody. So yeah, it's and giving some background work about how to bring in the parents and get them to take ownership of the environment that they create for their child. So yeah, so it's yeah, it'll be yeah. I love it. I love the buddy talk process, and as you know, I also a Nightingale dementia consultant, or I'm in the state of North Carolina, so I say memory consultant, and it's because I said to my daughter, I said, if I ever forget uh, your name, forget you, will you talk to me with the bunnies? Because I'll never forget the feeling of the bunny talk process. I'll never forget the feeling of the bunny talk, rather, because we had anchored it in and I've been training it. So that is so anchored in now. And so it transcends generations.
And that's very much like the clients we were talking about that kind of revert back. If you're in a control room and you're a gamer, you're gaming, and then or you mentioned that your dad was literally
In the cockpit.
sticking the airplane along so that he could land safely. And yeah, it looks like Brian is the victim of Windows updates yet again. I'm gonna have to remind him on Tuesdays. Every second Tuesday is Windows Update Day. So for those of us that have Windows machines, it means you do the updates before you hop on, and then it doesn't boot you out.
He got chucked out.
Yeah, it's all good. So when he comes back, we'll make like we're completely done. Okay, everybody play along. When he gets back, make like we're completely done. He's probably watching us on his phone or something like that. Anyway, yeah, it's interesting how different things in our life kind of stick with us, and you've got something there, like you said, that you've been working with it for, playing with it, working with it, teaching it, and I'll be the first guy to admit I'm not the best teacher in the world, but if you give me a concept and enough time, I can figure out a way to get it across to people so that it sticks. And you do that enough times as a teacher, it will be with you forever. I still remember some of my very first lessons that I taught would be Alexander Junior High School, North Battleford. That was my internship. I wasn't actually supposed to teach until like 2 or 3 months in. And then I told my cooperating teacher, I said, well, this is stupid. I'm not going to sit here and do nothing, other than watch you. I'm going to get out there and do what I came here to do, which was teach. I literally took over all of his classes about 2 weeks in. And I wrote a story, Star Trek, because they knew I was a Star Trek guy. I wrote a story based on The Next Generation. I read the story based on, as many of the voices as I could do. It's kind of hard to imitate some of the ladies, but, as best as I could, did the voices and whatnot in my Starfleet uniform. And so, I mean, that was a highlight for them. Like, oh my God, this guy's actually dressing up, and then we went on to do a unit about exploration and world colonization. So it was a good lead in to get them to think about the fact that, here's all these heroes, and are they really heroes, or did they just do a job that they, profited from? And what happened, and where are we at now, and all the good questions, but all came because of getting involved.
I used to coach sport as well. I used to coach lacrosse and netball, which is a bit like basketball.
Mm-hmm.
I used to coach that to elementary school, and so actually netball is actually an Olympic game, but you don't. It's not well known, but it's really it's what it is. So like basketball, so you've got that kind of court, but there's only two people that can shoot, and you can't run with the ball. You can't, dribble it along.
Dribbling. Okay.
You have to pass it. So you have to work as a team. And I used to coach that. I loved it. I love coaching that to youngsters. And that's the whole thing. So I think it's, I don't mind saying I do love to train. And I know I know people enjoy my training. So, because it's always quite good fun. It's bound to be, because I'm just a bit crazy.
Well, and on that note, we're just about ready to wrap up here.
Yes, thank you for having me.
If I speak, I'm going to cuss.
It's all good. Yes, every second Tuesday of the month is Windows Update Day.
Did we
No, we haven't asked.
yet?
We haven't
Oh,
asked.
okay.
We're pulling your proverbial leg because we don't know if you actually have pants on or not. Um,
Do we want to gamble about that too?
I don't know. I just, oh no, you see.
so anyway,
Yeah, I was mid sentence, and all of a sudden, I just watched the screen go. Doo! And it's like,
I'm not
oh,
sure.
we encountered a problem. We need to close. And I was like, all right, we're installing updates now.
You should check your settings. You should be able to delay that until 10 o'clock at night or something like that.
Well, it popped up and it was like, there's an error and it needs to close. And it was like, we're gathering all the error data. And then I finally just was like, okay, shut it down and restart. Just press the power button and it fired right back up. So,
yeah.
And then
there you go. One of the interesting things, and everybody thinks Canada and hockey is our our national sport, and it actually isn't. It is lacrosse is our national sport, and the way it used to be played, it was it sometimes settled territorial disputes. It could have ranged from horseback over 100 square miles of territory, and oftentimes if people were injured or horses were injured, it was usually fatal. So they really
cross on horses, isn't that a bit like when? So is that where polo came from?
probably, yeah. And it wasn't really a ball that they used. It was usually a buffalo skull or something like that.
Okay, yeah. I was going to say somebody's head, somebody's scalp. Oh, lovely.
Yeah. Something like that. And we have Becca joining us from the UK.
She's up late. Hi, Becca. Oh my gosh.
We're gonna have to take that account away from you, Brian.
I know.
You can have way too much fun with that. Yeah, coaching, when you are out there is a little different than being in a classroom because you have a little more freedom and there's a lot more movement that happens with sports coaching. And again, it's that dynamic. So I can see how reading up to 10 stories a night with your kids, being entertaining, and then coaching and stage hypnosis isn't that much further of it's like what Jim did to me. Just get out there and do it.
Yeah. So I guess I just always have done. There you go.
So, and one thing to be in front of kids and teaching and all of that, but quite another when you actually have to coherently be funny enough to bring enough people along to go for the ride with you. So,
and speaking of going for a ride, how many people here want Becky to show up and join us and come hang out at the conference next week? Becky, you're watching. You've got your fellow countrywoman above me here, and because Claudia, you're going to be there, right? You're presenting.
I am not. I'm on the ICB. I've literally just come back from.
Okay, you're presenting online. You're going to be there.
No,
just go with this.
I've just come back from England, and I can't leave my family again. Sort of like go the other way. I'm just like I'm doing a stage show anyway on the 24th. Yeah. So no, I'm not.
You're not helping my argument.
No, I'm not.
I'm kind of like a Dan Sperry, like, shut up, go with it.
Represent the Brits. Grant's there, though, isn't he?
Well, if he's not, we have a problem.
Oh, I see. So
don't you bring that voodoo bullshit, Shawn. No.
I bet it'll be great fun, though. There you go, Becca. You got to go. I have no idea. I can't see if anybody's on here, but I know Amanda's been talking, so Becca's joined.
Yep.
Yeah.
I can't see.
We've got I believe Scott and Amanda and Becca. We had a few people in TikTok land that have since cycled on, but they've left 1,400 likes for us. So
That's fun.
Yep, that's always nice. And there'll be a few more that show up here, and I'm sure they every
I was
time
actually
every few minutes the algorithm sends out, hey, somebody's online here, you might want to check them out.
There you go.
Yeah,
And I have no idea about LinkedIn or what's going on there, because there's no direct. There's enough of a link that we can broadcast, but they haven't worked in the chat or anything like that. So if you are out there on LinkedIn and you're wondering why we haven't asked your question yet, it's because we can't actually see it, which means I should probably log in and take a look and actually see if there are any. But you could always join us on YouTube or Facebook. So
we're going to have so many screens and windows open and
I know, I can't figure it out.
I need more desk space so I can have another. I need 2 more monitors. Really,
you just need like a video wall.
I was talking about that today with a few people that video wall would be ideal, and then I could move my desk up without any monitors on it. So
actually, Claudia, I've got a question for you.
Go for it.
When you travel, because you are a woman and I are not, what travel hacks and travel tips do you have? Because you fly out of London, right? The Heathrow?
Yeah.
What tips would you give to somebody to either A, ease their mind, or B, help them out? What are some cool places to go check out? Packing tips, things like that?
Yeah. So first of all, I found out that actually when you're going through Heathrow, you can actually take, if you buy some water, you always think, and you think, oh no, it's not going to go through security, I've got to throw it away. Actually, you can in Heathrow. It's okay. You can take the water through Heathrow. I didn't know that until this last time. So that's a new one. I suppose it's obviously have a sense of humour. And I got my plane got cancelled this last time. So I had to stay an extra night. And do you know what? Chat to people.
You got cancelled going out of the East Coast to London, right?
No, coming back home. I was still in Paddington, and that morning I got my, it's like your flight's cancelled. So I had to make my way to Heathrow anyway. And there's a train that you can get from Paddington to Heathrow, and that's an express. Doesn't take very long at all, which was great instead of having to do the underground. Now, the thing is that I just talk to people, make friends with them. I actually then said to everybody, it was a bit like, have you ever watched Lost? The program.
So how is it navigating the airport?
How is it navigate? It's all up there. Just ask. Everybody's got a mouth in them. Just ask. If you're confused, just ask. Everybody's ever so friendly. So it's I use I have like 4 wheels. I have a lot of cases. So I've got my big sort of like 30-inch case. Make sure you've got, you're not having to drag it. So you just got wheels. And then I've got another hand luggage that's got like 4 little wheels. And then I put a backpack attached to that on that. And then it's just like, yep, there you go.
So that's your checked bag, your carry-on, and your personal bag.
And just ask, but make friends with people. Talk, smile.
And then describe when you're coming from the U.S. as a British citizen going from the U.S. back into London. There's you follow the green road or the green wall to go back through customs.
So mine would have been a bit different because I've got the English passport.
That's what I'm saying. As a UK, as a British citizen coming from the US, returning back to London, you guys go through kind of a shortened or abbreviated customs. It's just like scan your passport, look up at the camera, facial recognition. They go, all right, welcome home.
Yeah, straight through. What do you have to do?
I don't have to do anything. Somebody who may or may not be traveling with Grant. that still needs to get their airline ticket.
Oh, you're trying to make it easier for Becca.
Yes, we're trying to encourage her that it's like you're overthinking this.
Yeah, I like flying. I like flying because it's like, unless you're sitting next to somebody you want to chat to, but sometimes I just had nobody around me. It was great. The aeroplane was even though it had been cancelled, it wasn't that full. And it's just like, yeah, it's just like I think I watched 4 movies.
Right.
Just like nobody else bothers you. You're just like off. No, you can't do the phone. It's just like nice to be off.
Yeah.
And
but they have all the in-flight Wi-Fi, right?
Oh, I don't want to do it. No, I want to be off.
I'm not,
but you can. But sometimes I just want to not do that. I don't want to figure it out. I just want no.
Because for me, I'd be like, if I'm awake, let me watch YouTube. Let me just kind of woo-saw, chill.
Yeah, I just watched their movies. I just did it as easy as I possibly could.
Mm-hmm.
And then going back, if Becca goes back, she'll probably have a nighttime flight, and then it's but I know you're trying to woo her over.
We're trying to get her to overcome her, step out of her shell a little bit, because for the last 2 years it's been, the conference sounds really fun. Yes, you should come out. Oh well, not sure about. And then it's like, okay, we're here, we're landed in Vegas. Send a picture. Oh my God, it looks so fun. Now I'm kicking myself that I didn't make it. All right, come out next year.
He's got FOMO next year. Next year.
Last year we understand, grandma passed, and there was kind of some, not sure when, services and stuff like that. So definitely want to be supporting of the family, and
So is Becca, are you on here? Are you a stage hypnotist as well?
No, I would say hypnosis enthusiast.
Yeah, she would be. I don't know if I can use the words that Jim actually mentioned a few times, but hypno junkie would probably be appropriate.
And Becca's Instagram just exploded with new followers tomorrow. But no, Becky and I have had just a wonderful friendship over the years. Really have like we, Facebook friends, and then jump online, video chats back and forth, things like that. And
you want to meet her in person?
There's everybody that I would love to meet in person, and it's
hear this, Becca.
And I tell this to anybody who's coming out to a conference, is we see each other, and it's cool for me because as the co-host, or just the ride along junkie, Shawn's steering the boat here. I'm just here so I don't get fined. That we get to interact with all of the guests and the other people that are online and everything like that. And it's great to have, cool, we've got technology. I can talk to a camera and a video screen. But the first time I met Grant, and the first time I met Shawn, it was like, I feel like I already know you guys,
wasn't it? That's what everybody says the first time they meet me. It was
especially the uniform. But it was, the first, Jim and I had Grant on and found out that both, Grant and I are both in the Masonic fraternity. And then that made it extra special when we did Jim's initiation. And so the first time I met Grant at the very first in-person conference a couple years ago, it was 3 years ago now. He walked around the corner and it was just like, hey, we finally get to meet in person, handshake, a hug, brother, this is really special. And then you just kind of build on, you build on the friendships and the relationships that are there. And then with Jim's passing, it was almost like a family reunion, and it was incredibly therapeutic. Last year,
I'm sure.
Last year, Grant was upstairs, and so I come up the escalator because I got in where I couldn't. It wasn't time for me to check in yet, And, I just had my bags, and I walked up to Grant, and it was like no words were spoken, just a big hug. And you could just like, where you kind of like give somebody a hug and it's sort of like, okay, yeah, just
No, but you felt
going through the
yeah,
motions, but then it's just
yeah.
like, I am happy to see you. And, not understanding that Dan Goyette's kind of more of just like a handshake guy. I saw him and I ran up to him and just bear hugged him, half picked him up, half put him down. And before he really realized what happened, but we had a laugh about that. So I encourage anybody. And so the second year, Becca was like, "Oh my God, you guys got to go see the Bellagio fountain and the walking around and
yes, right,
the different casinos and everything." It's super. It's just amazing, the sights and everything to see. So it's not just the conference; it's the experience.
I agree. The first time I went to
Amanda, we should take up a collection of how much we can
hug down. Anyway, it's good. Well, it is good for us all to hug each other. Becca, when very first time I went to Las Vegas, I absolutely was astounded. And
tell her about the shopping.
The Bellagio. No, you can't afford anything. But I will tell you this.
No, just the stuff that she can look at.
Okay. Oh yeah. No, but it's pretty cool. But we can go to Harrods. All right. It's like
right.
This is what I bought my daughter, and I have these. And it says, now my daughter is a daddy's girl, and it says, if lost, return to daddy. Okay. Yeah, I know.
Shawn, not a fucking word.
Not saying anything.
Scott, you shut up.
Right. I took a picture of them and I sent them to her. I said, I've got you this really cute little pair of shorts. And she sent me a message back going, Mummy, I can't wear those. And I'm like going, why not? And she goes, do you know what it means? And I'm like going, no. Anyway, needless to say, I've still got the price tag on them. All right. All right. Anyway, I didn't know what it meant, but I actually was speaking to, so it was actually Chris Thompson and Mike Mandel who took the absolute piss out of me for it because, and my friend, I had a friend with me while I was buying them. She was going, are you sure you want to buy those for your daughter? And I'm like going, yeah, she's a daddy's girl. I had no idea what it meant. Anyway, I actually
and your friend could have. She tried the verbal jazz hands. This is how I know. This is how I know she's a real friend, is because she let you go through with the purchase, knowing full well that it's just like, okay, wait for it. We're just gonna let this marinade, and then it's just gonna all of a sudden it's gonna be like, I can tell her, but it's gonna be more of a story.
Yes.
If her daughter tells her.
$50. All right.
And what your friend would not give to be a fly on the wall when that conversation and revelation took place.
Well, the thing is that I actually now use that in my comedy stage hypnosis show. So I say I tell everybody this story, but then I wing it back to when everybody's putting, say, suntan lotion on and they're in their, they're having a nice sort of like time. Like, I've got a man and I go, sir, you're in a pair of Speedos. I'm really sorry, but the ladies don't like it. Can you put these on? And then later on, he's standing up doing a big butt dance and he's got that on the back. So I wing it back. There you go. Thank you. So anyway, I think that's quite fun. So yeah,
I'd say that's a win, and it's a write-off because you're using it in your business.
There you go.
Speaking of learning about write-offs, you're going to learn some financial stuff at with my friend Brent that's going to be giving a presentation. But
which one?
He's going to be giving it at PHS. He's a wealth manager, and it's
But I'm not coming.
you'll be able to watch online. We'll broadcast it live for all the the people who want to do the online.
Yeah,
the virtual attending.
I'm because I'm at the Hypnoticon, the ICBCH one. I'm speaking at 4, and then I'm going straight on to do a stage show. And then the next day, I know my daughter. My daughter's getting married. The one who I bought those shorts for. She's getting married on the 21st.
That sounds like a wedding gift.
I know. She's gonna. No, she's having a bridal shower thing. We don't do that in England, do we, Becca? We don't have bridal showers. So I'm a bit.
Alec called it what did he call it? A hen party.
Yeah. Oh, is that what it is? I don't know. Well, we have hen parties, but they get a bit raunchy. And I don't really want to go.
We call those bachelorette parties.
Oh yeah, bachelorette.
And then bachelor parties is.
Oh, we'll call them stag nights.
Yeah.
So so they can be quite lethal in England. I mean, sort of like
at that hen party, you might be able to wear
those shorts,
those booty shorts. Yeah.
I did. I wore them at Hypnothoughts Live. I put them over a pair of black leggings, mind, but I wore these short pair. It was one of, I don't know. Oh, it was
when you guys. Oh, wait, save it for the wedding. And when you guys are going, oh, we need something borrowed. I got something blue.
Ooh. There you go. I know. It's funny. I've got my little blue bunny here. There you go. I have people give me bunny rabbits all the time. It's quite cute.
I wonder why.
I know. They send me pictures of bunny rabbits, and nearly every single day I'll get something from somebody with a little bunny something on it. It's quite cute.
Look what you started.
I know. Oh dear.
Now you're going to get little like Peter Cottontail.
Seriously, I'm not joking. I mean, I could pull bunnies out of my hat, literally.
You're going to start like in the United States. People who own Jeeps, they put little rubber ducks, and because like a lot of times. They have like the doors off, or it's just the zip up windows and stuff that are folded down, or they're not there at all. So you'll either set it right by the windshield wipers, or if it's summertime, you'll just set it on the dash. And so it's called the Jeep owner gets ducked. So like you may start something in England where it's like, oh, we got bunnies, little stuffed bunnies that we're just leaving everywhere is a thing.
And it is really sad. How many bunnies can I just literally bring to hand all in one go?
Yeah.
Isn't that sad? I mean, you must think, shit, she must be surrounded by bunny rabbits. I think I am.
Well, at least there's no bunny droppings. That's the important thing.
Oh dear.
Claudia, we could take up a collection just to pay for the extra bag. Checked luggage that you can bring them over, and we'll leave them in Grant's room next year.
Oh.
He'll just wake up and it'll be like, look, there's effing stuffed animals everywhere. You
that would be very funny.
You flip a C note to
oh my gosh
to housekeeping and go,
and they would
keep the change, and they would be like, oh yeah, this is awesome, and Grant would be like, the hell is going on?
You see, Becca loves the bunnies. Well, we all love the bunny, don't we?
Yeah.
Becca, do you know about the bunny talk process? Have you come across it? Becca, I know you're a hypno junkie. Are you a hypnotherapist? Hypnosis, NLP.
She is
just love the
no professional.
Loves the community.
Yep,
that's brilliant. Yeah. Well, like I say, there's, welcome, because we are all in the community.
No, she's actually been a long time.
I remember
kind of follower.
I remember last time I was on.
Yeah, she was. God, way back in the early days when we used to.
I think I remember Becca last time I was on. Bless her.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was thinking it's really late in England right now.
Amanda said she would be after PHS, and I think that it's almost, if Deanna wasn't doing ICBCH and Deanna met Becca, she would be like, yes,
I met Deanna for the first time because it was at different times last year.
Mm-hmm.
The ICBCH was just
it was the week after.
After. I didn't realize it was on at the same time. It's a bit unfortunate, that, isn't it?
Yeah, there's one, I think, the week after, or it's the week after. It's the week before Super Bowl, I think. And it's across the freeway.
When the hell is Super Bowl? I don't know when Super Bowl is.
Apparently, Super Bowl's on Valentine's Day this year. So
right, there you go.
But whoever came up with that, I don't know. The Chiefs aren't playing in it, so Taylor Swift can go off and get married. Who cares? But I think one of the things that we'd like to do for next year is try to cross promote and schedule things to where it makes sense for people to come out, hit one conference. If they want to do pre or post or whatever, then there's a couple days gap in between. If you want to do either a post conference or a pre conference for the other one, and then stay for those. And it's cost effective because you're only buying one round trip airfare instead of going, I got to go one or the other.
I agree, actually, because I was thinking next year I'm going to do another Train the Trainer.
Oh, she says Super Bowl's on the 8th of February. Where's that?
There you go. Train the Trainer with the Bunny Talk process in Las Vegas, but it's 5 days, so I'll have to figure that out. But I'd probably do it in around January. So yeah, that could work.
Yep. I've got to go scroll back through some messages.
Accommodation as well when I do a Train the Trainer.
Where it is.
Which I think is quite nice.
Yeah.
Well, what we need to do is have you come out and do a presentation next year.
Yeah. I'm quite
And I'm sure there'll be lots of people who need, will call for volunteers.
Oh my. Okay, so NGH Solid Gold Weekend is February 7th and 8th at the Tuscany Suites Hotel and Casino. Yeah, they're a block away from Silver 7. So they're same road, just go across the freeway, past the strip just a little bit, but it's going to be the day before, and the day before it's the Super Bowl and actual Super Bowl. So Vegas is going to be bonkers that weekend.
Wow.
Absolute insanity.
Wow.
But I'm hoping.
Good thing there's some people there to put a lid on it.
Brian.
Yes, ma'am.
Where do you live?
I live just north of Seattle.
Okay. So yeah. So you have to
if you looked at Interstate 5, 405 splits off on the bottom, and then where it comes together on the north end, I'm the next exit up. So I can kind of almost throw a rock out my front yard and hit the freeway.
Yeah, but don't do it because
No.
We call that a motorway.
A motorway
in England. Just so that Becca knows what you're talking about with the freeway. Because
how many lanes wide are your normal motorways?
Okay, so we have probably about 4. It can be 3, 4.
Okay.
Usually about 3.
Yeah, there's some parts in like some.
Right? Is that right, Becca? I think so.
Yeah, there's
3.
Well, I would assume it's different everywhere because, I mean, in Saskatchewan, it's usually a 2-lane motorway.
Like 1 lane each direction, or
yeah.
No, 3 the motorway, because you've got your fast lane, your slow lane, your middle lane. So that you do, yeah.
And
ours tend to fluctuate. We can go anywhere from, most of them, 3 lanes. Sometimes where you get into like the built up areas, and they've got to move a lot of vehicles up to, I think 8 or 12 lanes wide.
I know. I went on one that was 8. I was like,
Let's say you get into like Los Angeles, and
this is really not nice.
yeah, it's
And yet the busiest highway in North America is in Toronto.
yeah.
There you go.
It's the 401, and it is 10 or 12 lanes wide.
Yeah, so I did all of my driver's ed and everything in San Diego. So it was when I was learning how to drive, my dad always said, if you see plates from Baja California, because what people would do is they just go pay somebody in Tijuana. Hey, I'll give you $100, and I'm going to use your house as, like I'll sign a lease agreement. It was a dummy agreement, but I'm going to register my car in Tijuana, just right across the border. I'll get current registration, and I don't need insurance or whatever the case may be, and I can still drive in the United States. And so a lot of people would do that, and it was like, if you get hit by one of those cars, they don't have insurance after them, and there's nothing to collect. So it was just always stay away from them.
Yeah, and Becca lives in quite a quiet area, Norfolk. So Great Yarmouth. Whereabouts are you, Becca, in Norfolk? I've been to the beaches there. It's lovely, is Norfolk. So
it seems like it's a nice area.
Yeah, I've done the Norfolk Broads. I've been there. But yeah, it's relatively quiet.
Mm-hmm.
So
No, that's.
I don't like the motorways. I prefer not to.
Is that because they've got the cameras and stuff on them, and they just throw tickets to everybody?
They just really, you have really big trucks here. They're not very nice. They go right up your backside. I have to do
you're talking about in the States?
Yes, you have to do a lot of breathing techniques here in America. When I'm on the no, but most of my clients come to me anyway. I don't have to go on.
That's why I ride my motorcycle. I can just I can just kind of cruise up the freeway, and just you kind of slowly pass cars, and it's always just I'm constantly getting away from people.
Yeah,
be where the other cars aren't.
Yeah, I learned. I had to really. I mean, when you think about it, okay. So in England, I always had a gears. We call them gears. You call it a shift. And
you call it a gear shifter, or
yeah. Well, anyway, so and then I had to learn
manual transmission.
Yes, the manual. Yeah. So I had to come over to America. Then I had to sit on the other side of the car with an automatic, and then on the other side of the bloody road. So I'm like, so my poor little brain had to do a lot of shifting, and I often put the poor thing into first when it was park. It's like, and I know. Well, I was so used to it. Anyway, I learned. I was fine, but it was interesting. I went back to England for Christmas. Well, I flew on Christmas Day. I was there over Boxing Day and New Year, what have you. A friend said, do you want to borrow my car? And I just went, no. Please no. My brain just won't be able to do that.
Yeah.
For like, just no. So, yeah. I just don't think, I'm not, anyway, bless her. Yeah. Oh, that's why traveling is super scary for me. Do you know what? You need a friend. Just do it with somebody. Grab somebody, say, you're coming away with me, and we're going to go and have an adventure.
I think Grant is a suitable, experienced traveler that'll make sure she stays out of trouble.
Yeah. I don't blame you, because it is quite scary for people. If you've not been abroad that much, because it is navigating the airports. I mean, we see a lot of people for fear of they have phobias around airports, around the whole thing of, it's like going through the security and, oh, what if this, what if that, In fact, actually, I got pulled in Heathrow. No, here, they checked my bags. My whole big
Oh, the secondary screening.
yeah. They
Yeah.
did pop my, and I was like, no, it was really annoying. But anyway, it was, and I was like, don't take my tea bags, please. My Bisto, my Marmite, please don't take it. They didn't.
But everybody was pretty nice, and it's just sort of like,
they
look,
are.
we're gonna.
They actually, they're lovely. And I was fine with my tea bags and my Paxo and my Bisto and my Marmite.
Because sometimes they'll take a look, and sometimes it can just be people pack something funny, and the way that it looks, they just go, hey, there's a little bit of anomaly. We want to take a look at it.
They were very nice.
Pull it open and go, oh, yep, cool.
Yeah.
Adios. There's.
Yeah.
Have a nice day.
It was fine, but you got to have if you're sometimes you just got to go do it, feel the fear and do it anyway. That is always, I love that from Susan Jeffers. Feel the fear and do it anyway. And I must admit, I do. Just go live life.
Because fear is a thing where it's like, you know what? Is it just one of those things that I'm nervous of because I don't know the outcome, or versus, hey, every fiber of my being in my body says this is unsafe, and like I'm not going to go wrestle with a rattlesnake. Nope. Or because everything about me says this is dumb and it's going to end bad. Mm-hmm. But going out and saying there's a little bit of unknown. Mm-hmm. I'm like,
Brian.
I'm like, you're going to get there. You're going to get home, and
there's the acronym, isn't it? False evidence appearing real.
Yeah. So Becky's asking where you are from.
So I live in North Carolina, but I used to live in Ilkley. So that's 20 minutes from Leeds. And I used to live in Harrogate. Also lived in Plymouth and London. But I say I'm from Yorkshire. But I've had family originate from Somerset and Cambridge. So, yeah.
So question, because you live in North Carolina, your flight from London to the United States got canceled. Was that because weather in
it was
airplane or
it was mechanical fault. So I got some money back. Yeah, got £520 back.
No, that's not bad.
And I got put up in a very nice hotel. And
you didn't need traveler's insurance for that, did you?
No, but I have got travel insurance. Mm-hmm. But I didn't need it.
So, yeah, and that's the thing. Like aircraft, the people that are flying the plane have to accept the plane for every single flight, and if there's anything that they see, potentially sideways, that it's like we will err on the side of caution, and anybody from maintenance can say, nope, this airplane's not going to fly. And that's because you can't just pull the airplane over in the side of the sky.
That's right. That is where we like our perfectionists. Mm-hmm. So a lot of our clients that we see have perfectionist issues. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I will say, but I don't mind. It's important. We're meant to have some perfectionists. The surgeon, the anaesthetist. The person who checks the aeroplane. I don't want them going, oh, it's a little bit wobbly, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
I want them to be a perfectionist. So it's
And when people put the speed tape on the plane, it's like, yes, that's actually approved. It's engineered. It's not duct tape.
Which kidney am I operating on? Is it the left one or the right one? Which leg am I?
It was 6-7. It was 6-7.
I can't remember. It's yeah.
And then any packing tips on
how
to roll your clothes?
Roll your clothes and put your big just be. I always pack way far too much. Always.
Well, because of delays, you should make sure you have an extra pair of shorts or underwear or
knickers.
Clean shirt.
Knickers.
Yeah,
We
clean
wear,
shirt.
we're English. We wear knickers, don't we, Becca? There you go, knickers.
I don't know. I don't know. Becca was on when you were showing both pairs of shorts, but
Was yeah.
she was okay. Pack an extra pair of those. For me, when I travel, my backpack will have all my medications and
Yeah.
whatnot in it. Um, I will put my toothbrush and all of that kind of stuff in there. Anything with a battery has to come on board. So you don't pack anything with a battery into your luggage. Usual stuff. And then invariably they will be rolling my. Did I really just listen? I have nieces, and it really gets them when I say, you know what, it's it it, it it's
I missed that.
What's it?
it's 6 7 and really skibbity when the teachers start doing it.
I
Now,
don't.
now,
But at
now, now,
least
did,
I have Riz.
now, Becca, did you pick up on the 6 7 thing just because he did the hand gesture? Because I
No,
didn't hear
because
him
I said
say.
6 7.
Okay, yeah.
21 for my daughter. The 21 was like the funny thing, and now it's 6 7.
Yeah.
And why? I don't
Why?
know.
Because somebody caught on film somebody trying to describe a basketball player, and she said, I don't know, he's 6 7, and that just stuck.
God, now they're all on drugs. Uh,
You know,
but no,
Anyway.
I would say when it comes to packing, like your carry on is sort of like your little go bag. If I get stuck, if there's just some ancillary things, um, you know, throw a laptop in there, and then you can kind of cheat with a personal bag. So I will throw my laptop in a small kind of travel backpack in the little pouches and stuff. I can keep extra, batteries, charging cables, cords, things like that I'm gonna need, and then I can put extra clothes in an actual backpack or a garment bag if you're bringing a suit or something like that, and then all the big stuff, keep it within the weight limits. Put that in your check bags,
mm.
and I would say leave all your shampoo and conditioner and stuff like that at home, because one, the hotels have it, and two,
I don't need it.
In Vegas,
You can go buy it.
you're gonna walk across the street to Walgreens and grab all of your snacks and stuff like that.
Yeah, you can buy it anyway. So yeah, but all the hotels have that anyway, and towels and stuff. So yeah,
Yeah, it's like I'll go pick up a
yeah,
razor and
yeah. Right,
whatnot.
guys, it's late here for me. I know Becca,
Yep.
you're there, but I've got to be up early in the morning. Right,
So
All right.
we've got a question for you,
go for it.
John. Take it away.
All right. The friend or frenemy question. And do you still have time for a little hypnosis, or do
Yes,
we?
yes, no, I will. I'll still, yeah.
Okay. All right. Let me get my sound effects here. All right. This is strictly a gym style question that Brian and Shawn happen to support, because Shawn and Brian don't like it either. And the question is this: do you or do you not prefer pineapple on pizza?
Not.
And so Claudia is a friend. She has good taste.
Right.
Actually, I don't like pizza.
Well, okay.
But I don't like pineapple. I've never liked pineapple on my pizza. Make it go soggy. It's just wrong.
All right. There's a whole bunch of stuff in the chat, and I got a few pieces in here. I stand corrected. It was actually some students talking about the periodic table. and they were talking about hydrogen and oxygen, which, if you know anything about hydrogen and oxygen, 6, 7 would probably be somewhere where oxygen is. Hydrogen is like 1 or 2 or something like that. Helium and hydrogen are like the very first elements on the table. So anyway, and Stacy, just so we close off the entire loop, it's always uncool when parents repeat back the stuff that the kids are saying, because once they realize we understand it, they have to invent a new language.
That's funny.
I just stuck with the default, like, you're grounded. Get off my lawn.
So, all right, we are going to jump over to our hypnosis portion of the show, and then we will close it off. If you are sticking around for the hypnosis portion, remember, hypnosis relies on focus. If you need to focus on your current circumstances, you're driving, you're cooking, doing something that otherwise would preoccupy you, or you need to focus on it instead of us, this is your opportunity to exit and come back later. You can catch us replay for, what is it? Is it 30 days on Facebook and 90 days everywhere else? No, actually, we're on YouTube consistently, so forever on YouTube. And we will eventually get this out onto Apple Podcasts and Spotify. But regardless of that, if you need to focus on that, time to exit. If not, get yourself into a comfortable spot so that you're not going to injure yourself. I've seen some recent hypnosis videos where they were, working online and somebody literally, somnambulist, just went blah, and hit. You could hear it right on the desk, and you think,
Right.
yeah, and you're hoping, oh my gosh, I hope they didn't like break their nose or anything like that. So get yourself comfortable where you're not going to drop your device, or you're not going to, injure yourself, and kick back, and we will turn it over to Claudia, and we'll make her larger on the
If
screen.
Claudia has something to help somebody fear of or anxiety of travel.
Yeah. Well, I think that would be a personal thing. She's got to get to the root of the issue there.
Yeah.
It needs a good friend. Okay. Is everybody, if you are able to, I don't know, Becca, you may be lying down already, but otherwise, if you're sitting still, just have your feet flat on the floor, hands nice and down, and just take a nice deep breath in and out. And I'd like you to focus on a spot just above your head now, just focusing your eyes on a spot on the wall, just above your head. Just looking up now, Shawn and Brian, so you can focus on a spot on the wall above your head. That's right. While you listen to the sound of my voice, just focusing your eyes on that spot on the wall while you're listening to the sound of my voice. That's right. And I'd like you to focus your attention on your breathing while you're listening to the sound of my voice and focusing your eyes on that spot on the wall. And notice how your hands feel while you're noticing your breathing, while you're listening to the sound of my voice and focusing your eyes on that spot on the wall. And notice how your feet feel while you're noticing how your hands feel, noticing your breathing, listening to the sound of my voice, and noticing that spot on the wall. And your eyes are becoming heavy and tired now, heavy and tired. And you can naturally, easily and effortlessly lower your eyelids now while you continue to listen to the sound of my voice. And any noises inside or outside, they won't disturb you. You'll just know it's the sounds of other people. As you feel that wave of relaxation flow down now from the top of your head, down through your body, down through your legs, and all the way down to the tips of your toes, while you continue to listen to the sound of my voice. That's right. And your eyes are feeling so comfortably relaxed now that even if you tried to open them, you just couldn't be bothered to open them. In fact, you will notice that you can raise your eyebrows, yet you just can't open your eyelids. And in a moment, I will be asking you to open your eyes. When I ask you to open your eyes, I'll be asking you to close your eyes. When you close your eyes, you will go 10 times, 20 times deeper and deeper into your hypnosis. Whatever your hypnosis is for you. That's right. Open your eyes and close your eyes and go 10 times, 20 times deeper and deeper into your hypnosis. That's right. Open your eyes and close your eyes and go 30, 40, 50 times deeper and deeper into your hypnosis. Whatever your hypnosis is for you. That's right. And you can go even deeper still now as you go 60 times deeper, 70 times deeper, 80 times deeper, deeper and deeper into your hypnosis. That's right. And that wonderful mind of yours knows how it can go even deeper still now as you go 90 times deeper. And all the way down now, deep, deep down into your hypnosis as you go 100 times deeper, deeper and deeper into your hypnosis. That's right. Whatever your hypnosis is for you. And now, I'd like that wonderful mind of yours to drift off to that magical, mystical place in your mind, that safe place of yours, that magical, mystical place, that safe place of yours, whatever it is for you. And now, while you're in this magical, mystical place, I'd like you to give yourself a gift. And it could be a gift around your beliefs, your values, or something that you really want or desire right now. Make it a good gift. Make it a really good gift. That's right. And now, I'd like you to use that wonderful mind and imagination of yours to imagine a force field surrounding your body, protecting you. And this force field acts like an emotional barrier or boundary protecting you, because you do not give other people's bad behavior or their emotions or your own negative feelings and emotions permission to change the way you feel. You do not give other people's bad behavior or their emotions or your own negative feelings and emotions permission to change the way you feel. And there's an opening in this force field. And it's where you breathe in new learnings, new positives, new opportunities, new potential, new adventures. And it's where you breathe out any negative feelings, images, thoughts, emotions, or sensations that you've been holding on to. It's where you breathe out all the old, negative, psychological rubbish that goes on in your head. That's right. And now, I'd like you to run a movie through your head. And this is a movie of you over the coming days, weeks, months, years, looking the way you want to look, feeling the way you want to feel, and doing all the things that you want to do. You have this gift. You have this force field surrounding you, protecting you, because you do not give other people's bad behavior or their emotions or your own negative feelings and emotions permission to change the way you feel. Make it a good movie. Make it a really good movie. We are the movies we play in our heads. We are the movies we play in our heads. Always play a good movie. Always play a good movie. That's right. And now, in a moment, I will count forwards from 1 to 5. By the time I count to 5, you will emerge from your hypnosis. In a moment, I will count forwards from 1 to 5. By the time I count to 5, you will open your eyes and you will emerge from your hypnosis feeling absolutely amazing, feeling better than you've felt in a long, long time. You have this gift. You have this force field surrounding you, protecting you, because you do not give other people's bad behavior or their emotions permission to change the way you feel. And that includes your own negative feelings and emotions. And you've seen yourself in a movie, looking the way you want to look, feeling the way you want to feel, and doing all the things that you want to do. And so ready now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes, feeling amazing, feeling really good for you. You have this gift. You have this force field surrounding you, protecting you, because you do not give other people's bad behavior or their emotions permission to change the way you feel. And that includes your own negative feelings and emotions. And you've seen yourself in a movie, looking the way you want to look, feeling the way you want to feel, and doing all the things that you want to do. That's right. Are you back here with me in the present?
And for those of you that participated, let us know how that was for you. You're getting some rave reviews on TikTok right now. Bravo, OMG, how cool. Wonderful, absolutely wonderful. Your accent and your voice are just awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, there's definitely a maternal side to that where I'm like, I kind of just, it's not that I tuned out, like I wasn't paying attention, but I just kind of drifted off. And then I went, okay, yeah, now I hear what she's saying again. And then I kind of drifted off again. And it was just like nothing mattered.
Nice.
Right there,
You
so.
give yourself a good gift.
I'm sure I did. I don't remember what it is.
Well, this is where it's really quite interesting because so it's very person-centered. So I'm not telling somebody what to do. So you just said about Becca. So Becca could have given herself a gift. We don't know what she gave herself. So the force field protecting herself from her own negative feelings and emotions. So again, it's like that barrier around us, but it's got an opening to breathe in the good things, like new adventures, and breathing out the bad. And then you have running the movie. So it's you're future pacing. And it's with this gift, with this force field. So the gift could be better sleep. It could be feeling more comfortable in your own skin. It could be a car. But what does a car mean to you? So I asked my clients, I had one, he gave himself a hunting knife. I said, what does a hunting knife mean to you? And he said, well, it's so that I can go do my hobby. So that means more time for him. So you see, it's whatever it is for the person. So that's why I like doing that. It's very person centered, and it's. I'm not telling anybody to do anything. They have all the answers inside themselves. Somebody is doing it for themselves, and that I believe is the most powerful thing that we can gift to people. We guide people to make their best choices for them because they have all the answers inside of them.
Yeah, Becca says she enjoyed it. She went fairly deep. And on TikTok, I could listen to her voice all day.
Oh, thank you.
All right. Well, that brings us to the end of our very first episode of 2026.
Oh,
How'd we
we've
do,
got
Brian?
Are you all right? You're back here with us in the present. And sleep.
Oh man, it's just the weirdest stuff of how this year has kicked off. But I need to get through the next couple days, and that's just more like, the doom scrolling version of doing laundry, packing, getting stuff, kind of situated here at the house, and then I get on an airplane and nothing matters up here anymore. I get to focus on hanging out with friends, good people, seeing some amazing sights that are out there, and just having an awesome experience. So, Becca, hope you're feeling better in the morning, and go work through the little goofball challenges with technology. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to kind of clearing stuff off my plate this week.
Good.
And remember, wear pants.
Yes.
Knickers.
I am wearing pants.
Or yes, the proper term, knickers.
Yeah.
Well, men don't wear knickers though.
Unless you're golfing.
Of the English person doesn't wear.
So all I'm going to say.
Ask him if he's wearing knickers.
But that's golfing attire. Traditionally.
They're knickerbockers. Those are knickers.
Yeah.
All I'm going to say is this: it's been a long time since I've worn knickers, and with that in mind, we're going to end off here. And on behalf of Brian and Claudia, take care, stay well.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for having me as a guest. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Shawn.
Yep.
Stay free, everybody.
Definitely have you back on again for sure.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
We'll see you guys soon.
Yeah, I would like to come to the because I'll be, as I say, have more shows under my belt by then. So yeah.
I know somebody who will be sending out the link to send in your request to be a speaker, and we are going to put that out a lot earlier this year.
Yeah.
So we will keep an eye on the Facebook page.
Okay, I will.
I have a checklist.
Yeah. Take care, guys. Be good.
Take care. Thanks for having me.
Everybody.